Hey people, back again, and I want to discuss something that is very important. You know, especially for people like me who grew up in like surrounded by different cultures. There's people that believe in racism, xenophobia, and all of that. They believe that it's very important, but I don't see a use because what this COVID thing has made me and maybe other people realize is that it doesn't matter what color you are, where you're from, you're rich, you're poor, being sick is being sick, and dying is dying. So, as far as color goes, I think we should just stop hanging on to that because it is a crutch and we need to get rid of it. It's racial issues. We need to let that go because we're not growing. We're holding on to something that died. We should just let it go and grow as a people. I'm not just talking about South Africa or America or whatever with all the stuff that's going on. I think it's sad and it's also pathetic that people have been through so much as a people, still have time for racism and all of that. It's pathetic. We need to just let that go. We have to grow and we need to appreciate each other, appreciate each other's cultures. We need to learn from each other. What I don't know, the next person could teach me, the next race could teach me, say, hey man, if you want to keep a job or if you want to get a job or you want to keep your credit score up, do this, do that. And I could tell, like maybe, oh, I got that. Yo, if you don't want to get dropped, don't do this, don't do that, don't go around these places or whatever, whatever. Because as a black person, I get dropped too. I go through the same stuff and I know what to do for that not to happen. And if you're like a white person going to a black neighborhood, you don't understand what goes on. So, that's the thing. We need to learn from each other. I was watching is it Gordon Ramsay, and Gordon Ramsay is, I think he's an amazing person, not just as a cook, but as an ambassador. Okay, maybe a food ambassador, but still, this guy went to India to learn about their food, to learn how to cook the way the Indians do. And Indians always do things their way, especially in India. They don't necessarily need a kitchen. They don't necessarily need this and that. They just do their own thing. They manufacture their own alcohol. They grow their own rice. They make their own tea. They do everything. They make their own spices. These people, they build stuff from the ground up. And that is very commendable. Not so many of us are willing to do that. We talk about how we'd like to, but not many of us would like to do that. My favorite part is how they made this alcohol, and homemade alcohol doesn't have percentage ratings and all that, and he had two glasses and this dude was pretty much drunk. It was funny as hell, but I still appreciate his ability to step out of himself and then go out there and just do that. He's one of the greatest chefs ever. you know so with that being said, I'm still going back to the fact that let's just appreciate each other, learn from each other, and grow as a people, not as black people, not as white people, not as Indians, not as Chinese people, but let's grow. You know, let's overcome the crutches of the past. Let's become better people. Let's raise your kids better. Cause I've realized that a lot of people, especially white people, they tend to hang on to this racism thing and raise their kids to be racist. It's very sad because when a kid is born and grows up, he only knows love. You cannot, teach a kid love because it happens naturally. But hate, you teach a kid how to hate. And sad thing is, it would take a year to teach a kid hate, and it would take longer to unteach them. Because it's programming. It's like a computer. I work with computers a lot. You know, you can just install stuff at will, but when you have to like format and then install from scratch, it's a whole other headache. So we do that to our kids. We teach them funny things. Why? How are they supposed to like compete normally in a world that has so many people, yet you taught them that these people are beneath you, below you, and all of that? How are they supposed to get a job working for another race that they were taught that they belong? They're gonna always start fights. They'll always go get in trouble. They're gonna always get fired because of you. It's your fault. So stop teaching the kids that there's no such thing as a superior race, inferior race. We're just people. If we can all die from the same thing, and we can all eat the same thing, and we can all praise the same God and have the same struggles, then nobody is better than anybody. We are all struggling. We all have a problem. We're all dying from AIDS. We're all dying from COVID. We're all suffering. So stop using that. It's sad watching people do that. Like in my country, South Africa, a lot of people would do that. You know, they know that racism is always a factor. So the government, what they do, whenever they did something wrong, they cover up with coming up with something racist. They're coming up with something xenophobic so that we lose focus. All they have to do is do their job. Don't come up with stupid shit to cover up what you did. Just do what you're supposed to. And we as a people need to stop getting sucked into this. We need to just push this away. Whenever they start this, they say, no, this is not us. This has nothing to do with us. You know? We are better than that. We're bigger than that. We have grown so much better. So let's be better people. Let's hold hands. Let's grow. Let's appreciate each other's culture and appreciate each other's people. I hate it when white people get killed by black people, or when black people get killed by white people, because it proves that racism is still a factor. It shouldn't be. It's not supposed to be. We've been through so much. Let's just overcome this stupid little hurdle. It's enough now. Yeah, I think I've said enough. Thanks for listening, yo. Peace.